Hi guys, so another culture shock I bring your way today is the drinking of coconut water. I remember we used to eat a lot of coconut because my dad had coconut tree in his farm. But what we never did was to drink the coconut water. My dad will always pour it away, crack the coconut for us to chew. And I remembered one time in the farm, I asked my dad that why don't we drink the water inside the coconuts? My mom wasn't around. And then my dad told me that it's because they don't know how come we can find water in coconuts. Because there is no opening where water would enter into the coconut. Ghanaians, your ancestors were wise. Whoever discovered in Ghana that we can drink coconut water is the smartest. Because it was something we threw away in Nigeria. Nigerians were not used, they didn't know how to drink coconut water. Ghanaians, you showed them how to drink coconut water. Today they will be here there and be calling your Ghanaian food for the gods. You don't know that Ghanaians belly your eyes.
And one thing about Ghanaians, they are never going to mind their business. It does get annoying sometimes, but I wouldn't want it any other way. I love people who don't know how to mind their business. And this be the problem with some people because they want you to mind your business, but when things are going wrong, they expect you to intervene. Please mind my business, even when ain't nothing wrong. And Ghanaians do just that. If they see you doing something wrong, they're coming for you. If they see you getting kidnapped in public, they're going to intervene. If they see somebody thieving out a store, they're going to intervene. If they see you speeding in a neighborhood where there are kids present, they're going to say something. And when these kids is out in the community playing, everybody in the community comes together to help parent. They get the fact that it takes a village to raise kids. And this is one of the reasons why I absolutely love Ghanaian culture. They're going to check you when you need to be checked. If it's wrong and it's happening within their community, they're going to speak up. And don't let your car break down in these streets, because I swear I don't know where these people be coming from. They be getting on my nerves sometimes. But I absolutely love my fellow Ghanaians. Let's talk about it.
Abusunya Ghana for the odiya na odi asem o yehwe ahofo yi enema omoba Ghana hase no mu a omobehu enema ahodo omoba Ghana hase no mu a omo sanso ebe experience no omo sanso eka ho asem e wo omo man mu omo ka ho asem e social media so omo ka ho asem enso e wo oman Ghana mu abusunya sa ensem se ya na e ma Ghana for e dawson e wo enipa nyina mu enema bi sei e na ma Ghana for dawson e wo oman bia eso e ne wiase afa na nyina no let the ni sema okay in fact ebusuya asemu a oti hu se esri na efa ba bi nso no enwanwa yi pa na sa asema okay enye we nko a ahoho dodo na omo free amamai ahodo bebre so edi aba oman Ghana hase no mu a obia wo no experience ya oba Ghana hase no no obenyaaye a omo share o social media so ne other platform ahodo bebre so a ama oman Ghana ejini di na ebusuya mesre nyabotre na se de lady ka ne de echirechire mu eniema a oba Ghana ha obehu ya wo se krom na yenye wo ho na emom Ghana ha obae wo se ye wo ha na ye wo ha no so no eyade a wo hu se eye adepa enti Ghana fo ankasa abie ni kromfo ani no ebusuya eye no krepa na onu de na te kokoda ahoho dodo na ana ebusuya omo nso ewo omo experience omo nso pese omo eni wiase afa na nyina ehye eniema hodo omo ba Ghana ha omo behu ya a shock wo mo a omo hu ne se sanso eye eniema papa no ebusuya mesre nyambotre na other videos wa aka ewo hoyi yentie experience ahodo a enkrofo aka omo nso ehye echire wiase afa na nyina ebusuya.
So right.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
What culture were you shocked about?
Shocked. That the people are more open. Like in Germany, you don't talk to foreigners. You don't talk to people like on the streets. Here, everyone is open. They just come to you and they would just want to talk. They want to meet you. This different. But first, I was like a bit confused because why do you all want to talk with me? Like. What is so special? And then I experienced it's just normal that you meet so much people, that you come here and just enjoy everything, enjoy the people, enjoy the moment.
Hi guys, I'm Carlita Cash. My background is Brazilian and Jamaican. I am born and raised in Canada, and I absolutely love Ghana. I just feel at home. I feel like my ancestors are calling me home. I feel most at peace here, more than any other place I've been in the entire world.
What is the thing that makes it feel peaceful?
I believe the people, the culture, the willingness to help, just that feeling of being family, the family-oriented vibe that you have here in Ghana, it's unspeakable. You know, a lot of people are just willing to help you. They don't care who you are, and they just show love wherever they can and want you to enjoy being here as well.
So you want to go to Ghana? Here are some things you should probably know before you go. If you are left-handed, you can go ahead and cancel the flight. If you use your left hand, especially for an elder person, see what happens. The second thing is greetings. Greetings are so important in Ghana. If you walk past someone and you don't greet them, you're rude. Personally, had to learn this the hard way. When I lived in Ghana, there was this really nice ice cream store at the end of my street. I used to walk there pretty much every day to get ice cream. Yes, I was big back. I remember this one time I walked there, got my ice cream, walked back, and on the way back, this lady, she just went off on me, telling me I was rude and disrespectful because I didn't greet her. And ever since then, I now greet people. Number 3, you're invited. This is a saying that you need to remember what it means, how to use it. When somebody is around you and they have food, you're here, you're invited. This is a beautiful saying. They are saying that you can have some of their food. They want you to try a bit. It is also expected of you, if you have food and people around you, just tell them you're invited, just give them a little bit if they want to try it. I personally didn't understand this one at first. Here in the UK, I just feel like we have no community, nobody likes each other, nobody shares. But in Ghana, just think that's such a beautiful thing. They're sharing their food with you. They're just nice. That's just how they are in Ghana. Number 4, the food is spicy. Everything is spicy. If you order the mildest dish in Ghana, if you order some stew and you tell them, please don't make it spicy, that dish is going to be the most spicy thing you've ever tasted.
One of the things that have really shocked me about Ghanaians is how polite and how kind and respectful they are. To an extent, I was even telling someone yesterday that I feel like I'm rude. It's so crazy that I don't know how to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Ghana is very safe. That I can just walk with my phone not carrying. People are not telling me to take care of my belongings. You are holding these phones here everywhere, you know, like, especially as a vlogger, compared to how I do it in my country. I have to hold my phone like my life depends on it. People here are more accommodative and friendly to the camera. I feel like if you are a solo traveler and you're starting to travel in a solo country, the first one, even as a female, as a black person, I would recommend Ghana. Because when you're traveling, there's so many things you need to have in your head. You need to figure out your location. Is the internet working? You know, there's so many things. So if you can reduce the amount of, I've been walking out in the streets at night and I feel safe.
Is your culture shocked in Ghana?
How nice everybody is.
That's your culture shock.
The moment I set foot off the airplane, this weight has lifted. And I don't know if it's just from living in the States all my life and never really getting to get out of the States and seeing others. So coming here and being able to eat a hot cooked meal every day and it's fresh, I think it's really important. More for me, for my mental health, honey, which y'all know it. Love me some Ghana. That's why I'm here. Accra all day. You know how I feel.
Hey, bruh. Hey, Ghanaians. Tell me why all those sounds are being used to get my attention when you guys are trying to call me at a market or wherever I'm at. Why? Hey. And then after all of that, I look around to try to see who it is. Everybody looks innocent. Everybody act like it wasn't them. It's like, no, it wasn't me. It's the next person after me. Everybody's looking at each other like, I don't know, girl. Everybody seems innocent. Why? Why do you guys do that? What happened to just, excuse me, miss, ma'am? Explain, Ghana. Explain, okay?
Things in Ghana that were shocking to me when I first arrived. The first thing would be shower, taking shower. I remember the very first day I arrived in Ghana, I went to take a shower. I tried to like find the hot side, and I came out and I asked the family, and everyone was in the living room, and I said, oh, like I cannot find out how the water can turn hot, and everyone started laughing, and the auntie was like, if you really want hot water, go and put a bucket outside, in 10 minutes you get your hot water. Second thing, I remember it was so weird to me to see how policemen don't feel shy about asking for it. Yes, in my country it's the same, like policemen can take some money, but like they would always say like, is there any way we can solve this issue? Like they would go indirect because they're scared someone is watching them or someone would report them, right? But here it's like, how much are you giving me? Oh, 10 cedis is not enough. No, at least 20, right? Like, and if you challenge a policeman, because that's what I did when I first came out, I was like, I have all the right documents and you cannot stop me. That's when they're like, okay, I have time for you. The third one, when you go to like a local restaurant, there is a washroom and there is a place you can wash your hands, but it's quite normal for the waiter to bring you a bowl so that you can wash your hands while you're on the table. Like they help you wash your hands and you don't need to move. And the fourth one was how the waitress were called. In my country, you would call hello, hi. You would try to like make as least noise as possible, but here it's like. And another thing that I noticed when I first came was that people fight. Okay, like I'm not saying Ghanaians don't fight, but it's not like, oh, like they insult with, I don't know, fingers. They would say something like, oh, you're super stupid. This is usually like, oh, he said I'm stupid. And that's how like the anger is gone. The other thing that I found quite shocking, and at the same time it took me a long time to get used to, was to greeting strangers. Like you have to say good morning, good afternoon to people you've never ever met in your life. First I was like, no, I'm not going to say hi to everyone I meet. Like I don't know them. I started working in Ghana. There was a lady that apparently I didn't say hi to, and then she didn't mind me, and then it brought a whole conflict that she passes by me and she doesn't even say good morning. And then I realized, okay, like this is rude here. To avoid being rude, I now, strangest of the strangest, I would say, hi, good afternoon, how are you? And I think the last thing that I would say, there were certain noises outside. There was a car. The guy was selling some sort of medicine, like a herbal medicine. And every morning around 6, 7 a.m., he would come with his car, and there were like speakers announcing like what kind of medicine he has. And everyone was okay with that. Or like sometimes you see like a pastor, like he just puts a speaker, like a really loud speaker, and starts preaching, and everyone is fine with that. Even the Muslims, like I'm not even talking about Christians only. This is why I say in blood, Ghanaians are just peaceful. So these were the things that were shocking to me when I first arrived, but the shock never stopped. Of course, there are things still that I find like, wow. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope my braids look okay. They're not the best, but they're okay.